Guys, we're on.
Okay.
Welcome to Talking the Car, guys. Today it is Freestyle Friday. We are putting ourselves on a 2-minute and 30-second time limit, and the only one we really have to do that for is it's not Rob and it's not me. So
It's Captain America over there.
okay.
right?
So you can talk about whatever you want, but you got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. John, go.
We can talk about it whatever we want.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Here it is. The biggest, the most important customers right now is anybody with a high interest rate. If you have a high interest rate, if you've bought a car in the last 2 years, let's say since the pandemic, and you have an interest rate above 10%, 12%, 15%, 18%, 20%. Okay, and if you're driving on that in that car, and you could have bought it a year ago, you could have bought it 9 months ago. Now is the time. See, if you have a high interest rate, that means that you're driving a vehicle that most likely is a year or two old. The value of that vehicle, the book value, is most likely higher than when it was brand new. Even if it's a year or 2 years old, depending on the mileage. Okay, so it's worth more than the original sticker price. With the high interest rate, they're loaded very, in the front end. You're paying most of your interest in the front end. So meaning, and especially a lot of people don't know, but if you get into that grace period, that 10-day, you start maxing that out every time, you get even more interest on it. Long story short is if and when this market corrects, which I already said last week, it's not going to be till after summer. So we're going to have a great summer, and the renaissance will continue. But when it does correct, you don't want to be stuck with your car that a month ago or 2 weeks ago, if it changes, is worth such and such, and now it's worth $5,000 and $10,000 less, like in a weekend, and you're paying a high interest rate, you're going to be really stuck. So my advice would be, anybody over 10%, even in the 8-9% range, take your car to the dealership, get a number on it, get appraisal on it, and trade that thing in, and try to get yourself a low single-digit interest rate. Prepare.
Yeah.
It's always best. Cars right now, everything is on fire. The inflation, crypto, real estate, cars. Well, I want to teach you how to stack the deck in your favor when it comes to cars.
Thank you for your thoughts this week, John.
Trade your high interest rate cars in for lower interest rates.
God bless America.
Recession
God
proof.
bless America.
It's called the recession proof trading.
And God bless America.
I
Okay.
meant to wear this last week, but we're still riding.
We're still riding Memorial.
We still are.
Okay, Rob, your thoughts for this week?
My thoughts, kind of in line with what he's saying, although I'm thinking about creative ways to get yourself into a car, depending on your situation. We all know that everybody's house worth way more than they thought it was.
Yes.
You may be in a position, Johnny,
Hi, Isaiah.
by the way, you may be in a position to pull a little equity out of that casa of yours,
Yeah.
and either come in and buy a car or put a nice down payment on it, which in turn will get you a nice rate, probably through your bank, right? On a home equity line. Come see us, put yourself in a 23 Sportage. What? Can we even keep them on the lot, brother?
We have 0 on the lot as it is. On the way in here, I got a call to get one from a dealer because we're out.
That's how cool this car is. But there's a creative way. You're sitting on money you probably don't know about because your house is worth way too much. But hey, use it. Am I right? Use that, man.
Can you stand up?
I'll tell you one person is sitting on money, lease. If you're in a lease, you're sitting on money.
I was thinking that too.
On equity.
Was it-
5 grand, 10
Yes.
grand.
Yes.
Cash out, man.
Yep. Yep.
One year scratch, it's a scratch off ticket sitting there.
Anything else?
Well, yeah, and this kind of goes along with Captain America too. The Renaissance was a nice word, by the way. Fucking nice. Anyway, the old days are not coming back. I agree with him on that. The days of buying under sticker and blah blah blah, folks, over. It's a supply demand thing. And if you notice what's going on in the world around you, yeah, you're paying more. It's a supply demand thing, and the car guys know this too. The car guys, not us. So be
Seriously.
aware though that the cool thing is, and Johnny's touched on this, your car is worth way more money than you probably think it is. So hey, if you're paying sticker or above, it all evens out. So let's still, like he said, let's roll with it this summer.
Let's stack the
Yeah,
deck.
let's
Stack
roll
the
with it.
deck
I
in
don't
our
even know if
favor.
you're gonna need the alarm.
I'm not gonna need the alarm for you,
I
so
just-
we're
Just
gonna
float right with that.
we're gonna
Yeah.
cancel it. We're
How's
gonna
your
I've
day
bought,
off,
let's see
bro?
how many
Like-
cars. I've bought in the last year, I've bought and sold, or I bought 3 cars.
Okay,
How many? In the
You
last
bought
year?
4.
4 cars.
Yeah, not me, but
Now,
hey,
he's been chilling, but look,
Been chilling.
3 people here.
yeah,
It's
7
4 and
cars.
3. 7 cars between 3 people in the last year.
true.
Okay, now it's story time with Tom for the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, story time. Everybody says cars are expensive, they're gone up in price, this, that, and the other thing. You guys know I'm cheap.
Yeah.
I'm very
Frugal,
cheap,
frugal,
frugal.
frugal.
Well, the other day my wife says to me, she said, we need to re-landscape the front. That's very small, I could do it myself, I've done it before. So she takes me to the Home Depot.
Is that code for something?
Home Depot.
Re-landscape the
No,
front?
I had to trim, I had to dig up shrubs, it was a whole ordeal.
The whole side.
Now I remember going and buying a plant,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
$7-8.
Was that a succulent plant?
Well, I did buy some succulents.
So
Was this before or after the gummies, please?
It was after the gummies. So I'm in Home Depot,
Right.
and I'm looking at plants. I said, okay, we got to get 8 of them. I'm figuring, okay, I can get out of here. 60, $70 maybe.
Right.
$260 later because the plants were like $22. So when you're telling me cars are more expensive, they're not worth double what they were 5 years ago. They're just worth a little bit more. So guys, and then she took me to Target, and I saw the price of Oreo cookies.
Whoa.
I nearly threw up.
There's a supply chain issue.
And I'll tell you what, so if you tell me cars are expensive, Oreos are outrageous, Chips Ahoy's are outrageous, milk, I didn't know how much gas is the same price as a damn gallon of milk.
It is true.
It's
It
true,
is
so don't tell me cars are high, everything's high. So let's just have some fun and get in a new car.
And let's stay high.
And stay high, okay?
You know, a typical marketing guy right there. He just
Yeah.
couldn't help himself.
Well, that's what
Wow.
he does.
I mean,
He
you
does.
just-
Yeah.
Well,
It's a very, I mean, you didn't really sell me on the fact that I want to go buy a car now, telling me everything's expensive. Okay,
yeah.
but I like it because
Yeah.
you're trying to you're jiving.
I'm just telling you, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to buy a car.
Yeah.
You might as well get the one you want. And you know, like I always said, you know, I was talking to a friend of mine who bought a car last night off of us.
Yeah.
And we're talking, he goes, man, Tom, he goes, that's $60, $70 more a month than I wanted to spend. I said, but it's $2 a day.
Yeah.
I go, don't stop at Starbucks for 15 days out of 30.
You're
You've
right.
got more than enough money to buy to that extra payment, and you're driving something you like.
And you're
Don't
driving.
let your cheapness
No.
affect what you're gonna drive.
Great.
Because guess what? You're gonna be in that vehicle for a long time, so you might as well drive what you like instead of something you don't like.
You owe it to yourself.
Anything
Live
else?
for the moment.
We're playing a big game. It's just a big game of musical chairs right now. You ever played musical chairs? You know, there's one less chair for everybody, and everybody
Yeah.
runs around the circle and sit down, and whoever's out gets bounced out. Get
Yeah.
yourself in the best chair you can be, which is a newer vehicle for us. If you're interested in our product, it's a new Kia. Get yourself
Or a
brand new.
Mitsubishi.
Or a Mitsubishi.
Or a Mitsubishi. Get yourself something brand new. Lower that interest rate. Enjoy what you're driving. Upgrade if you do. You know, I saw a TikTok, a buddy of mine today. Even if your payment, if you're a high interest customer, you're paying 14%. Even if your payment goes up $100 a month, it's amazing the savings.
Most time.
Might have to wait.
Come on, man. I mean, you interrupted me with the tapping of the watch. I mean, it just,
Well,
you're killing my vibe today.
Well, you were
This is,
back-
we had to do some cutbacks, so this is all I got for
Yeah.
water
So
today,
you're,
guys. You know.
That's all I got.
you were vaccinated with the phonograph needle. Now, there is one announcement for this week before we end.
Okay.
55 years ago on June 1st, one of the greatest things ever happened, and you notice the little thing here, this is Abbey Road, the Beatles.
Oh.
But, don't play
I'm gonna show it to these guys
don't
here.
play with the props. Don't
Was
play.
that
Tom's
Lennon?
an avid Beatle.
Did he just break Lennon?
Yeah, it just broke Lennon. Now that's actually Harrison.
Harrison, okay.
But
well, yeah.
55 years ago on June 1st, Sgt. Pepper's was released, so one of the greatest albums of all time. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. We'll see you next week.
Get in the game.
Thanks for listening.
Lucy in the sky.